Once upon a time, McDonald's wasn't just a place to grab a burger, it was a feeling. You'd spot those golden arches glowing from the highway, a symbol of joy, excitement, and comfort. Walking inside felt like stepping into a carnival of color and energy. Bright reds, sunny yellows, and laughter all around. Kids running through the play place, parents sipping coffee, the smell of fries filling the air. McDonald's wasn't just a restaurant, it was part of American childhood. Fast forward to today, and that magic seems to have vanished faster than an ice cream cone on a July afternoon. McDonald's, the world's largest restaurant chain, just reported a steeper-than-expected drop in global sales across every region, including a sharp decline in the U.S. And despite spending billions of dollars trying to win customers back, the golden arches are losing their shine. So, what happened to McDonald's? Why are customers walking away faster than ever? The truth might surprise you. Let's start with the vibe, because that's where things really started to go wrong. If you've walked into a McDonald's lately, you might have wondered if you accidentally wandered into a corporate office lobby. Gone are the bright colors and playful designs that made it feel like a family hangout. In their place, 50 shades of beige and gray. Neutral walls. Sleek furniture. Cold lighting. It's like McDonald's hired the same designer who decorates DMV waiting rooms. Back in 2017, the company decided it was time to modernize every restaurant in America. They spent billions on this so-called transformation, new screens, digital kiosks, and minimalist decor. But here's the kicker, customer satisfaction didn't go up. It went down. In fact, McDonald's now ranks dead last among major fast food chains for customer happiness. Imagine spending billions, that's billions with a B, just to make people less happy. For longtime fans, these new locations feel soulless. The warmth, the character, the nostalgia, all gone. McDonald's calls it progress. Customers call it goodbye. But the design isn't the only problem. Have you checked the prices lately? Because that might be the biggest shock of all. Remember when a Big Mac meal was $5? Now, in some places, it's touching $10. That's dinner money. My local breakfast spot serves a full meal, eggs, bacon, and coffee for $8.50. For a company that built its empire on value, that's a serious identity crisis. McDonald's used to be where lower and middle-income families could grab an affordable treat. Now it's become the kind of splurge that makes you double-check your bank app before ordering. And while McDonald's occasionally rolls out a $5 combo deal like a peace offering, it feels more like an apology than a solution. The truth is, menu inflation has hit fast food hard, but McDonald's hardest of all. And when your fries start costing more than a sit-down meal at a real restaurant, something's broken. Nearly 70% of Americans now say they'd rather eat at home just to save money. Not because they've suddenly discovered a love for cooking, but because the so-called cheap option isn't cheap anymore. And here's where things get worse. People aren't just questioning the prices. They're questioning the quality. Once upon a time, McDonald's burgers tasted like burgers. You could smell the fries from a block away and instantly crave them. They bragged about 100% beef patties and fries so good they made your car smell like heaven. But lately, customers say the food tastes, well, off. One woman compared her burger to seasoned rubber with a side of disappointment. Harsh, sure, but she's not alone. Over the years, McDonald's has quietly cut costs behind the scenes, changing suppliers, using more additives and preservatives, and tweaking recipes. The result? Food that looks the same but doesn't feel or taste the same. It's like they swapped out the chef for a chemistry set. Fries that used to be crisp now show up soggy or rock hard. Burgers feel spongy, flavorless, and strangely artificial. And people notice. Longtime customers are even doing side-by-side taste tests, comparing their memories to today's meals. Spoiler alert, nostalgia wins every time. McDonald's has become the fast food equivalent of a cover band, playing all the old hits, but never quite the same. The deeper problem is that the world has changed, and McDonald's hasn't kept up in the right way. Americans today are more health conscious than ever. We're reading ingredient labels, asking where our food comes from, and craving fresh, real flavors. McDonald's response? More screens, more automation, and less connection. Their answer to "we want better food" seems to be "trust us." But that's hard to do when your burger tastes like it was built in a factory instead of grilled in a kitchen. And speaking of those screens, let's talk about the new modern McDonald's experience. Walk into one now, and the first thing you see isn't a smiling cashier. It's a touchscreen kiosk staring back at you, cold and silent. Ordering feels more like checking in for a flight than grabbing lunch. Sure, it's efficient, but it's also lonely. The human touch is gone. The chatter of families, the buzz of kids at the play place, the hum of community, gone. Many locations now feel emptier than a library at midnight. In the first quarter of 2025 alone, McDonald's traffic dropped 3.6% globally and 6% in the US, their steepest decline since the pandemic. And that's not just a statistic. That's millions of people choosing to stay home. The sense of belonging that once made McDonald's feel special has been replaced by sterile efficiency. Employees are stretched thin, rushing orders out with little time for a smile or small talk. The whole experience feels transactional, not personal. Fewer customers mean emptier stores. Emptier stores make the atmosphere even colder. It's a cycle that keeps feeding itself. Then there's the elephant in the room, the economy. Let's face it, times are tough. Groceries, rent, gas, everything's more expensive. People are doing the math, and McDonald's isn't adding up. That $12 Big Mac meal could buy ingredients for several home-cooked dinners. So, they're choosing the kitchen over the drive-thru. Breakfast is often the first casualty. Why pay $8 for a McMuffin combo when you can make eggs and toast for a fraction of the price? People are realizing they can eat cheaper and better at home. Nearly 85% of Americans now say they're eating in more to save money. And once they get used to it, those habits stick. McDonald's $5 deals can't compete with that. Because when you cook at home, you are in control of ingredients, flavors, and spending. And after years of rising prices, that control feels good. It's comforting. It's empowering. The drive-thru just doesn't offer that same satisfaction anymore. All of this points to something bigger, something that can't be fixed with a new menu item or a flashy ad campaign. The McDonald's magic, the joy, the sense of community, the feeling that the golden arches meant something, it's gone. And it's not coming back anytime soon. McDonald's traded its soul for spreadsheets. In its quest to modernize, optimize, and digitize, it forgot why people loved it in the first place. Those birthday parties under the arches? Ancient history. The excitement of unwrapping a Happy Meal toy? Replaced by app notifications and touchscreen menus. Even their nostalgia campaigns, like bringing back the McRib, feel like hollow gestures. You can't revive magic by selling memories. The result? McDonald's isn't hated, it's ignored. And that's even worse. Disappointment means people still care. Indifference means they've moved on. The same customers who once begged their parents for Happy Meals now drive past without a second glance. McDonald's will always be a giant, but a giant without heart. Sure, you can still grab a Big Mac and fries, but that spark, that sense of excitement, that childhood wonder, it's gone. Buried under corporate minimalism and cost-cutting. The golden arches still shine bright on the outside, but inside? The light feels dimmer than ever. Maybe one day, McDonald's will remember that what made it great wasn't its menu or marketing, it was the feeling. The joy of walking through those doors and knowing you were part of something special. Until then, for millions of Americans, that feeling now lives somewhere else, around their own kitchen tables. Because when the magic leaves the meal, even the biggest brand in the world can't buy it back.